Every story of an overseas Filipino worker, an OFW, begins in the same place. It starts in the cold, echoing halls of an airport terminal. We call them everyday OFW heroes, and their journey is one we should all know. They stand in line, clutching passports. Passports that hold more than just a name. They hold a future for a family miles away. The air buzzes with announcements for flights to Dubai. The air buzzes with announcements for flights to Singapore. The air buzzes with announcements for flights to Rome. Places that sound like a dream but feel like a sacrifice. They push trolleys piled high with bags close up, items inside, not just clothes, the heavy weight of responsibility, the light, fragile thing we call hope. You see a father trying to memorize the tiny features of his newborn baby, held up by his wife on the other side of the glass barrier. He presses his hand to the window, a silent promise to return. You see a young woman, barely out of her teens, wiping away her mother's tears while trying to keep her own from falling.
It's okay, Nane, I'll be back soon.
She says it for her mother, but also for herself. It is a mantra against the fear of the unknown that lies ahead. Each person in that line has a reason. For a sibling's education, the first story is about Liza, a domestic helper in Hong Kong. Her first day was a blur, unfamiliar tasks and a language she barely understood. The apartment was pristine and silent, a stark contrast to her noisy, vibrant home in the province. That night, huddled in her small room, she made her first video call home. Her son, only 5, appeared on the screen, his face lighting up.
"Mama!" he shouted. "Did you see the big airplane?"
Liza's heart ached. She fought back tears, forcing a wide, cheerful smile. She told him she was fine. She missed him very, very much. The second story belongs to Marco, a construction worker in the Middle East. The son was a relentless beast. He worked 12 hours a day, his muscles screaming. His salary was small. He was determined to save every single coin. He would skip meals, send that money home for his daughter's school fees. He kept a small, worn-out photo of her in his wallet. He pulled it out whenever he felt like giving up and looked at her smiling face. This small piece of paper was his strength, his reason, his quiet reminder of the future he was building. Then there is Anna, a nurse in a London hospital. She works long night shifts. The hospital is quiet. Patients are at their most vulnerable. She remembers a lonely call on her parents' wedding anniversary. The fifth story is about Maria. She became a caregiver for an elderly woman in Canada. The woman was Mrs. Eleanor. She was often forgetful and sad. She missed her children who lived far away. Maria missed her own mother terribly. One afternoon, Maria found Mrs. Eleanor looking at old photographs. Tears were streaming down her face. Maria sat down beside her, not saying a word. She gently took her hand. She began humming a Filipino lullaby her mother used to sing. A flicker of recognition crossed Mrs. Eleanor's eyes. She squeezed Maria's hand back. In that quiet room, 2 lonely hearts shared a moment of comfort. The sixth story is about Joe. He was a driver in Singapore. He spent his days navigating the bustling city. A stranger in a land of strangers. He was saving for his brother's college tuition. One evening he picked up a young tourist who had lost her wallet, distraught, crying, scared, alone. Joe drove her to her hotel for free. He also bought her a simple meal. And then, after years of longing, comes the return. The plane touches down on Philippine soil. The air that fills their lungs is finally home. The journey through the airport is now in reverse. The feeling is 1,000 times more powerful. They walk through the arrival gates, their steps quicken, eyes scanning the crowd for those familiar beloved faces. And then they see them, an explosion of love, a collision of past and present, a release of all the pent-up years. Tears flow freely, joy and relief. A father lifts his daughter into the air. A mother buries her face in her son's chest, breathing the scent of home. All the sacrifices, the lonely nights, the hard days, and they melt away. It was all worth it. Their pride is quiet, not boastful. A profound, quiet satisfaction. Seeing their children in graduation gowns, walking into a house they built, brick by brick, knowing their parents have the medicine they need. Picture them now, threads of the OFW story, real moments of love, struggle, and triumph. Real heroes, hard-working OFWs. They may live far from home, but their hearts are the closest thing to heroism.